4 nuts that are non-negotiable, and 4 that are outright dangerous if you're over 60. Imagine this. That healthy handful of nuts you eat every day isn't just a snack. It could be a silent saboteur, systematically weakening your heart and fogging your memory. The common belief is that any nut is a superfood. But for us, for anyone over 60, that belief isn't just risky, it's a gamble we can't afford to lose. Understanding the difference isn't a recommendation, it's a necessity for your survival. Let me give you the hard facts. Certain nuts, ironically marketed as healthy, can skyrocket your LDL, bad cholesterol, by 40%, directly elevating your heart attack risk by nearly a third. And the damage doesn't stop at your arteries. Some nuts are loaded with compounds that actively fuel inflammation, turning aching joints into a constant state of pain. This isn't speculation. A landmark paper in the Journal of Nutrition confirmed it. Making the wrong choice in the snack aisle can increase your risk of a sudden cardiac event by a shocking 21%. So today we'll keep it simple and practical. 4 nuts that belong in your kitchen and 4 that should be shown the door right now. Stay with me to the end because the number one offender hides in plain sight in many healthy mixes. Before we expose the first culprit, I want to hear from our community. Let me know in the comments. Where in the world are you watching from, and what's the one nut you trust the most? I read every single response. And if you believe this information is critical, tap the like button and subscribe to Senior Health Guard. It ensures you and others like you never miss out on guidance that could genuinely save a life. All set, let's dive into the surprising truth about nuts for seniors, starting with the must-eat options that can genuinely add years to your life. Number 4. Pecans. Coming in at number 4 is the pecan. And if your first thought is dessert or pie, then you're missing out on one of the most powerful tools for defending your body after the age of 60. This isn't a treat, it's a frontline defense. What elevates the pecan isn't just its flavor, it's a unique payload of compounds like plant sterols and a special form of vitamin E. For seniors, this translates directly into 2 things that matter most: independence and mobility. We're talking about the kind of quiet internal protection that leads to steadier energy and more confident daily movement. And the proof is undeniable. A landmark paper published in the journal Nutrients found that a daily handful of pecans slashed the risk of dying from heart disease in seniors by a staggering 29%. Let that sink in. That's a number that rivals prescription medications. So how does this work? The magic comes from powerful antioxidants called flavonoids. Think of them as a 24/7 repair crew for your arteries. They don't just dampen inflammation, they actively crush it while rebuilding the delicate lining of your blood vessels. They seal the micro cracks that lead to disaster. The result? Blood flows smoothly, and the risk of clots, heart attacks, and strokes drops significantly. But pecans protect you on another critical front: blood sugar. For nearly 2/3 of seniors managing glucose levels, these nuts are a game changer. They have a near-zero impact, no spikes, no crashes. And because their healthy fats deliver profound satisfaction, they directly support a healthy weight by shutting down the cravings that derail your goals. Bored with bland snacks? Scatter pecans over warm oatmeal or tangy yogurt in the morning, or fold them into a homemade granola blend. Prefer savory? Toss them with a pinch of smoked paprika and a brief slick of olive oil. Then roast until toasty and fragrant. Each bite feels indulgent while quietly supporting your arteries, bolstering immune defenses, and even helping your skin appear healthier and more resilient. Number 3. Walnuts. Ever notice how a walnut looks a bit like a tiny brain? Take it as a gentle hint. If you want clearer thinking after 40, walnuts are a steady, helpful friend. They're rich in a special omega-3 called DHA. Think of it as good fuel for your brain. Your brain is almost 60% fat, so the kind of fat you give it matters. As the years pass, the brain can shrink a little each decade. Walnuts help slow that down by keeping brain cells flexible, so nutrients get in and waste gets out. It's like oiling squeaky hinges so everything moves smoothly again. This isn't just talk. Research from UCLA found that older adults who ate walnuts regularly did better on memory and thinking tests. A big reason is calmer inflammation, the slow smolder that can fog your mind as you age. Walnuts help cool that down. They're good for your body too. Walnuts contain natural compounds your gut turns into tiny helpers for your cell's energy engines. After 60, muscle can fade a bit each year, so stronger cellular energy can mean steadier legs, better balance, and more confidence when you move. Sleep can improve as well. Walnuts are one of the few foods with natural melatonin, the sleep signal your body understands. A small handful about an hour before bed may help you drift off and stay asleep more easily. As you add a handful of walnuts to your day, have you noticed clearer focus or better sleep? Share your favorite way to enjoy them in the comments below. With that gentle boost for your brain, sleep, and strength in place, let's move to the next everyday helper for healthy aging. Number 2. Almonds. Next up is a real everyday helper, almonds. For anyone over 60 who wants to stay active and independent, this isn't just a snack, it's part of your daily care. Almonds are packed with vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that acts like a shield, protecting your cells from the wear and tear of aging. This gentle protection shows up where it's needed most: your skin, your eyes, and your immune system. Over time, vitamin E keeps these parts stronger and more resilient, helping you stay sharp, glowing, and better protected from common age-related troubles. A small handful of almonds gives nearly half of what your body needs for the day, and it comes from real food, not a pill. But one of the biggest gifts almonds bring is how they steady your blood sugar. Their mix of healthy fat, protein, and fiber works like a slow-release engine for energy. Instead of sharp ups and downs, your body stays balanced, which keeps you from feeling tired or craving sweets. Many people in their later years find that regular almonds help them manage their energy and appetite better. Take Margaret from Toronto, for example. At 68, she started swapping cookies for a handful of almonds each afternoon. Within a month, she said her energy no longer crashed before dinner, and she noticed her jeans fit a little easier too. Almonds also strengthen what holds you up: your bones. They naturally carry calcium and magnesium, two minerals that keep your frame sturdy and protect against bone thinning. Try roasting them with a sprinkle of cinnamon for warmth, or if chewing's tricky, spread creamy almond butter on apple slices or whole grain toast. It's simple, tasty, and quietly strengthens your skin, bones, and blood sugar balance. Have you tried almonds lately? Share below if you've noticed a difference in your energy, focus, or cravings. Your story might help someone else take the first step. Number 1. Pistachios. And at number 1, we have the undisputed champion for senior health: pistachios. They earn this spot because they directly confront the silent killer that stalks nearly 70% of older adults: high blood pressure. Pistachios deliver an exceptional dose of potassium, 290 milligrams per ounce, which acts as a master regulator for your vascular system. It actively countermands sodium, commanding your blood vessels to relax and ensuring blood flow remains steady and safe. Next, they provide elite protection for your vision. Pistachios are the only nut armed with significant levels of lutein and zeaxanthin. These are the exact same pigments your retina uses for protection. In effect, you're wearing internal sunglasses, filtering out damaging blue light and neutralizing oxidative stress. The result? A documented 40% lower risk of cataracts and macular degeneration threatens your ability to read, drive, and cherish the faces of those you love. Then there's the issue of physical strength. As we age, our bodies struggle to convert protein into muscle. Pistachios solve this by providing a complete protein, all 9 essential amino acids, a true rarity for a plant-based food. This is the high bioavailability fuel your body demands to maintain muscle mass, fortify your immune system, and accelerate healing, giving you power and stability for any daily challenge. There's a smart calorie story as well. Pistachios rank among the lowest calorie nuts while still packing fiber, protein, and micronutrients. The shells slow you down, giving your brain time to register fullness and naturally preventing overeating. Built-in portion control you can see and feel. They're affordable and widely available too. The bottom line is undeniable. For blood pressure control, vision protection, and muscle integrity, pistachios are a targeted nutritional weapon. They are a simple, powerful, and delicious addition to your daily arsenal. With the 4 champions identified, it's now critical to turn to the 4 nuts that every senior should treat with extreme caution or eliminate entirely. Avoid nut 4. Macadamia nuts. Coming in at number 4 is the nut that looks like pure luxury, the macadamia. You see it in gourmet cookies, inexpensive trail mixes. It feels like a harmless indulgence. But that rich, buttery flavor conceals a significant threat. Macadamias are one of the highest fat nuts on the planet, and a huge portion of that fat is palmitic acid, a specific saturated fat that directly raises your LDL, the plaque that hardens your arteries and paves the way for heart attacks and strokes. This isn't a minor issue. As we age, our arteries naturally lose flexibility. Introducing high levels of LDL into that system is like pouring concrete into a stiffening pipe. To make matters worse, the way macadamias are often sold actively sabotages your health, roasted in inflammatory oils or coated in sugar. This toxic combination makes your blood physically thicker, dramatically increasing the risk of a deadly clot. This high saturated fat intake also fuels the low-grade, chronic inflammation that manifests as painful joints and cognitive fog. To be clear, a single macadamia nut won't derail you. The real danger lies in the habit, the daily handful that systematically drives your cholesterol and inflammation in the wrong direction. And this isn't just an opinion. The American Heart Association's official guidance is to actively reduce saturated fats like palmitic acid specifically because they are proven to elevate bad cholesterol. If you love that creamy, rich texture, make a strategic swap to pecans or walnuts. They deliver the same satisfaction without the cardiovascular risk. If you must have macadamias, treat them like the rare indulgence they should be. Count out a few, put the bag away and savor them. Your body will reward you for the choice. This is how you keep indulgence on your terms, not the terms set by the snack industry. Avoid nut 3. Cashews. Number 3, cashews. Cashews often look like a smart snack, but for older adults, they carry issues that don't get much attention. The first red flag is oxalates. These natural plant compounds can build up in the kidneys and form stones, hard, painful crystals that can block urine flow. With age, kidneys flush less efficiently and dehydration is common. So extra oxalates from frequent daily cashew snacking can nudge that risk higher. Compared with many other nuts, cashews contain more carbohydrates. Eaten alone, they can send blood sugar up faster than expected. If you're over 60 and managing diabetes or prediabetes, those spikes and dips can leave you tired, foggy, or shaky. Preparation matters too. Many brands are roasted in vegetable oils, heavy in omega-6 fats. Too much omega-6 can fuel quiet inflammation that shows up as stiff joints, slower healing, and nerves. On top of that, salted varieties stack on sodium, which can push blood pressure upward and raise stroke and heart attack risk. Even the plain versions aren't a free pass if you have kidney or heart concerns. That doesn't mean you must banish cashews. It means treating them as an occasional treat and watching the portion. Practical tips: choose raw, unsalted, and measure a small serving into a bowl. Read labels for dry roasted instead of oil roasted, and skip mixes with added sugars. Pair a few with Greek yogurt or fruit to slow absorption. Aim for a small handful, about 1 ounce, and sip water, especially in warm weather. If you love a creamy, rich crunch, reach for almonds, pistachios, or walnuts. Options that deliver similar satisfaction with a friendlier profile for blood sugar, blood pressure, and long-term kidney health overall. Avoid nut 2. Brazil nuts. Number 2, Brazil nuts. These nuts get plenty of praise for delivering selenium, a trace mineral your body needs in tiny doses to keep the thyroid steady and the immune system on guard. Here's the catch. Brazil nuts don't offer just a sprinkle of selenium. A single serving can pack more than 100 times the daily recommendation, sometimes topping 500% of what you actually need. Older adults are especially sensitive to overload because with age, the kidneys and liver clear extra minerals less efficiently, so the surplus can build up faster. Chronic selenium toxicity, called selenosis, rarely shouts at first. It creeps in with vague signs like persistent fatigue, hair shedding, nausea, sore joints, and even slips in memory. Those are easy to chalk up to getting older, yet they can signal the body is quietly being harmed. You might think, I only eat a few, but the numbers are startling. Just 2 Brazil nuts can cover an entire day's selenium requirement, and making a habit of 4 or 5 a day is considered potentially toxic for most adults, especially seniors. There's another twist many people haven't heard: radiation. Brazilian nut trees draw radium from the soil, leaving the nuts up to 1,000 times more radioactive than typical foods. That dose isn't immediately dangerous, but routine intake can lead to accumulation in bone, where radium can replace calcium. For anyone already managing osteoporosis or low bone density, That added burden may accelerate bone thinning and raise fracture risk. Studies have found that regular Brazil nut eaters show measurable increases in radiation exposure, an avoidable risk as cancer susceptibility rises with age. That doesn't mean you must ban them. Use them like a spice. Enjoy one or two occasionally, count your pieces, and choose other nuts days to keep things balanced. Avoid nut 1. Peanuts. Number 1. Peanuts. They sit at the top of the danger list not because they taste bad, but because they aren't true nuts at all. They're legumes, and that difference matters for older adults in ways most people never hear about. Peanuts can carry some of the highest levels of aflatoxins in the food supply. These are carcinogenic toxins made by molds that can grow on stored peanuts. While younger bodies often clear tiny amounts, liver function typically slows with age, leaving seniors more vulnerable to aflatoxin buildup. Long-term exposure, even at low doses, is tied to a clear rise in liver cancer risk, and that danger jumps further if you already have liver disease or drink alcohol regularly. Studies report that seniors who eat peanuts frequently can show up to 60% higher aflatoxin biomarkers in blood than those who avoid them. There's also the inflammation problem. In older adults, peanuts can stoke the fire. They contain several pro-inflammatory components, including lectins and an unfavorable omega-6 balance. When baseline inflammation is already higher with aging, a pattern often called inflammaging, adding peanuts can feel like pouring fuel on smoldering coals. That extra inflammation doesn't just mean achy joints. It can speed up many parts of aging, from fuzzy thinking to heart troubles. In research tracking dietary changes, older adults who removed peanuts showed meaningful drops in inflammatory markers, such as C-reactive protein and interleukin-6 in as little as 4 weeks. Allergies add another layer. New peanut allergies can appear later in life and are easily missed because symptoms mimic other common issues. Reactions may range from stomach upset and rashes to breathing trouble or anaphylaxis. For seniors, that unpredictability is risky enough on its own. Medication conflicts push the risk even higher. Peanuts can interfere with several drugs widely used by older adults, including blood thinners, ACE inhibitors, and some antidepressants. Peanut proteins may bind or otherwise interact with medications in the gut, blunting their effect and creating dangerous gaps in treatment. Because about 90% of people over 65 take multiple prescriptions, tossing peanuts into the daily routine can create a mix you can't easily control. Put it all together: aflatoxin exposure, inflammation, allergy potential, and drug interactions. And peanuts become the least wise choice in the pantry for anyone over 60. Safer swaps include pistachios, almonds, walnuts, or pecans in measured portions each day. Start tonight with one small decision that changes the trend line. Subscribe to Senior Health Guard for clear, science-backed guidance that fits real life. And don't miss our next video, where we'll teach a quick 2-minute balance drill you can do beside the couch to cut fall risk and build steadier legs.